Away from the education sector, some customers of 53 defunct fund managers are bearing the brunt of ongoing feud between some of the companies and the Securities and Exchange Commission, from battling ill health to struggling to secure 3 square meals. The customers, mainly customers of Gold Coast Securities, now Black Shield, are accusing the regulator of deliberately sidelining them in the process, leading to the payment of their claims. They are therefore demanding an immediate inclusion of their claims in the bailout package for affected customers. Manuel Cranting was at their press conference on Monday and reports.
Our money, no pay, no pay, no vote, no pay, vote against, no pay, vote against.
No money, no vote. That's the refrain being chanted by the members of the coalition of aggrieved customers of 53 collapsed fund managers. For them, it's either government causes the Securities and Exchange Commission to include their names in the list of beneficiaries of the bailout packages. The SEC had earlier announced that out of the over 82,000 claims received from the customers of defunct Gold Coast Securities fund managers, data on just 3% had been submitted for validation. But the group disagrees.
It's not true. Security and Exchange Commission, they are in bed with government. They are lying to us. They are lying to us. It's not true. They have every access to our details and our data. Black Shield has provided them everything. So why are they lying to us? Why are they lying to us?
For some of the customers, all they have is a hope that government will intervene in the matter.
To kill myself, why? I have so many orphans caring for. Having so many orphans caring for. Nobody's there to help. It's only God I'm looking.
I donated my money at Goku. A huge money, which I don't want to mention it here. So once I was on bed, to get money to buy medicine, it's hard for me. The little money they give me for mentally, the same money I used to buy for the medicine and for my house keep.
Okay, and then once we've done the validation, by now they should be able to collect everything to pay us. And once others are being paid, why should we not also enjoy?
My concern is I need my money. I need my money.
Thank you. The group is therefore warning of a demonstration in September if their call is not heeded. Charles Nyame is a
What we know is that Securities and Exchange Commission have all the data of Gold Coast Fund Management. They've just seen that we constitute the greater percentage of the affected customers under the financial cleanup exercise in the fund management sector. So they are trying to sideline us, give some excuses to convince the public, then they go through the election smoothly. Even now, as we are speaking, court is in recess. It will resume in November 8th. So as a customers, as vulnerable customers, we have to resort to our civil rights. And that's what we are going to do. And it's going to be a nationwide demonstration.
Manuel Cranting with that report. We've been joined by Paula Bibio. He's Deputy Director General for SEC. We want more clarity on this. Thank you so much for joining the show this morning. He said, so I'm sure that these customers of Black Shield or Gold Coast Management, as you have it, were informed by a statement released by the company suggesting that you had access to all the information you needed to verify claims and validate claims. They say that PwC took over, came to their offices, and so they're a bit surprised that your outfit will come out to say that you only have access to about 3% of claims or that you need to validate. Just help us, settle the differences between what you're saying and what Black Shield is saying.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and good morning to your viewers as well. We understand the difficulty of the customers. And please hold on just a minute.
Hello, Mr. Abebio, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. You can still speak.
No. Okay. No, we understand the difficulty of the customers, and we really appreciate the suffering that people are going through in these difficult times. And that's also what informed the action we're taking. It's a bit unfortunate that it's being represented as such, but we've gone through a series of engagements, and part of the challenge really has been the nature of processes we have to follow. If you recall, at the time of our revocation, we indicated that we have actually written to the Registrar General to apply to court to obtain liquidation.
Exactly. Yeah.
For these firms. Okay. So what we communicated in June was that we have obtained some of the liquidation orders. Now the official liquidator can go into the process of rolling out the scheme that will involve customers getting access to their funds. So that process is now commencing. Now, the challenge that obviously arises with this is that not all firms have obtained, we don't have liquidation orders for all the firms.
Okay. Does this include Black Shield?
Where we are.
Because they say in their statement, okay. But let me just quote a portion of their statement. They accuse you of stalling the entire process in not responding to their action filed on the 15th of June 2020. So Black Shield is saying that, look, if there's any delay, it has to be the fault of SEC, because you could have, initiated this process earlier. Let me just find out from you first, did you fail to reply to that suit or action filed on the 15th of June? And if you did, why?
I don't want to go into the details of that. But their aim or their object of that process is to set aside our decisions.
Okay.
That is the fundamental issue at stake here. So they are saying that they can continue operating, and that is an issue that has to be determined. Obviously, with court processes, you have to file your arguments, you have to go through the requisite evidence gathering and all that. So that's an ongoing process that, in a sense, they are challenging our actions. And what we communicate about that, our actions, because of the nature of our law, and because we require that the interest of people that are being assumed is clear. Because again, once we proceed, it's subject to legal challenge. And we want to minimize that risk. So imagine we start going ahead, and then some of their customers say they don't want to do this anymore, and it becomes a very difficult situation. We're doing this for deficits now. So to add on an additional complexity, when you are facing legal battles on your fundamental actions, also means that you are increasing the legal risk.
All right, Mr. Ababia, we are
so that is part of what's informed our decision to proceed as we are. It's not a one-off transaction. We're doing the first phase. The other firms will also be included when they are ready.
Okay.
And when the processes for them are also complete.
Okay.
So we know that people have waited for a while. We encourage them to be patient a little bit. We are proceeding as fast as we can. I think they indicated court on vacation, but some judges are still sitting.
Yeah.
So we will see what can be done along
in regard to that. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Mr. Abebio, we are told by Black Shield again that on the 9th of November 2019, some staff of PwC and the escort of policemen took over their offices and took over all the data they have. And so how come you're saying that you don't have access to all the data you need?
Okay. I'm not going to go too much into that, because data is not just the paper document you see. There's also software and there's digital data. And we have engaged them on a certain level. We've made progress in that in the last few weeks. But a big issue, if you notice in our release, a big issue is also the court processes. We're going through the validation process now, and so that's an ongoing process.
So do you have all the data you need? Do you have all the data you need? Do you have all the data and documents?
The validation process is iterative, because if you notice, the claims we have against them are 4.6. The assets that we have on record for them was significantly less than that. So there's a gap somewhere, and they have not been forthcoming in giving us access to their database.
Okay.
And so that's an issue that we'll have to investigate, we'll have to interrogate. And that highlights the importance of what we're doing, that we cannot just say that because we receive claims, we're paying. We have to validate those claims. There might be some confusion because receiving claims is not the same as validation. Validation requires that you look at the database, you look at the actual record, and you try and do some reconciliation. Then if there are differences, you invite people to confirm or to explain some of the variances we observe.
Okay.
So that is the process we need to follow.
So bottom line is, customers, especially of Black Shield, would have to exercise a bit of patience. One, because of a court case that you are engaged with Black Shield, and also because the validation process is still ongoing. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Paul Abibio is Deputy SEC boss, and we've been speaking about some concerns of aggrieved customers, especially of Black Shield.